have no idea why it's not working. All right, so for this one, shrink was 68%, so that as a decimal would be 0.68 times 360 degrees, and you guys got how much? 244.8. Great. Porosity, you guys did 0.15 times 360, and you got 54 degrees maybe? Welding, you did 0.08 times 360, and you got, help me out, 28.8. And then shell, 0.05 times 360, so that would be like 18 or something like that maybe?
Yeah.
And then HA is 0.03 times 360, 10.8.
Yes.
And then tungsten would be 0.01 times 360, 3.6 degrees. Good. Now, we are going to open up our computers and click on the Excel thing at the bottom, this little green one at the bottom down here. And open up Excel. And then click on a blank worksheet. And then anywhere in here, you can just kind of start right there. And I'll make it bigger. And just type in the word shrink, porosity, weld, shell, HA, tungsten. Okay, so get them in there. And then shrink was like what, 0.68?
Yeah.
And then this was 0.15,
108.
0.08.
0.05.
Okay, good. All right, so then everybody get to that point. Okay, so once you have that, then left click on shrink and grab that whole bit there. Everybody have all your stuff highlighted? Go to insert, and then under charts you'll see this little tiny one, looks like a pie chart, a little circle. You guys see that one? Click on that and then pick the first one, the 2D pie, and it'll come up. You can move it around. When you get the little arrows going every direction, you can grab it and move it around. And then for Excel, the nice thing about Excel is if you mess something up, you can just hit the undo button, and it'll undo whatever you did. So again, once you have these typed in, get them all typed in, and then you're going to left-click drag and highlight all of them. And then once you have them all highlighted, insert, and then this under the chart, this is a little circle there. Click on the circle one and pick the first 2D pie there. Move it over. Okay, so chart title. Click on the chart title, and then you can change it. So just highlight it, change it to graph of something. I don't know what. I don't know, whatever. Type something in there, just so you know how to do that. And then right-click. You guys good with that part? Okay? Everybody good? Right-click anywhere in the circle, When you right-click anywhere in the circle, you'll get this little thing that comes up, and click on the Add Data Labels. Add Data Labels, and all of a sudden you'll see those guys come in. I'll do it again. So again, right-click anywhere. This is more important. Click anywhere in the circle, and you'll see that Add Data Labels, and they'll pop in. Now, once you have those, right-click on any one of those numbers. So pick a number, 1.05, right-click on that. And see what it says, Change Data Label, Format Data Labels at the very bottom. Click on that. And I want these to be, I want to show the percentages. So I'm going to click on percentage. And then I'll show the percentage and also the value next to it as well. I'll show both those. So maybe I don't want the value. I can turn that off and just have percentages. Good? So you're going to need to do that for your project in a couple of weeks, not for a little while yet. But I will give you step-by-step directions with pictures and all that to do it. But now that you've done it on your own once already, hopefully it'll just come back a little bit quicker and be easier for you. Okay. Cool. So go ahead and make a little sketch of this in that opening, that spot on your notes. So very quick sketch of this. No one's going to see it except for me. I'm going to spend less than half of a second looking at it. I'm just going to flip through everything. Yeah. Let them do it. Otherwise, it's never going to do it. Right-click on the circle.
Press that and unpress
And
it.
then add data labels. And then right-click on one of the numbers. And take a number. A number. Right-click. And then very bottom, format data labels. And change that to add in the percentage. And then draw a picture. Did you draw a picture? Okay. Let's go back and move on. Time series graphs. You'll be doing, I think, one of those on your homework. And it shows you how a variable changes over time. So here, this is in hours. So at 7 o'clock, about what was the temperature at 7 o'clock? Everyone take a look. What was it? Just figure out yourselves. What was the temperature at 7? About? Yeah, high 40s. Everybody see that? We're looking at this guy right here. So, I don't know, 48 maybe, I don't know, something in high 40s. Good? Time series graphs can also have years. They can also compare two different things like this does. You'll see these a fair amount in life. Dot plots are graphs where every data value is plotted as a point directly above that on the horizontal axis. So it's kind of similar to a histogram, except for it's on a, everyone has its own spot. So like here, only one person had a score of 100. Two people had a score of 101. One person had a score of 102. Nobody had a score of 103. Good? Make sense? All you with that part? Misleading graphs. So everybody take a look at this for 10 seconds on your own. What is wrong with this graph? Don't talk to anybody, just try to figure it out on your own. Okay, talk to your neighbors about it. So if you're not sure, think about what would happen. Think about it from Jared's perspective. Think about what would happen if you were Jared. How would you look at this?
Like he did way better. That's what I'm saying. Like blown up.
All right, if you were Jared, would you be bummed out looking at this graph?
Yeah.
Yeah, should you be? What's Jared's score?
96.
96. What's Danielle's score?
96.
Yeah, not a big deal, right? This is a really big problem. It's called a non-zero axis. It's when the y-axis does not start at 0. Happens all the time. Fox News is one of the biggest offenders. They do it all the time. But now there's a lot of other news shows that are doing it as well, picking up bad habits. Here's another one you can see, like Toyota Camry. Poor Toyota Camry. They're doing so badly. But if you look at the real graph that starts at 0, then they're really not doing that badly at all. It's really just a fairly minimal difference. So this is when it starts at 0. This is when it starts at 30. It should never, the y-axis should always start at 0. So your y-axis should always not start at 30, it should always start at 0. Because then you get a clearer picture of your data. Sometimes people do that to kind of just kind of zoom in and get a sense of how things are going. But yeah, it's a little deceiving. Okay, so non-zero axis, that's this one. So the bottom page of your notes, right? You got that? What's wrong with this graph? Take a look at it. See what you guys think.
But technically, it's correct.
Oh, I guess if you look at this.
So what's up with this one? Yeah, 1995 looks way bigger than everything else, when it really isn't that much bigger. It might be the same as 97, but it looks like it's, what did you say exactly? I couldn't hear you very well. 1995 looks,
Oh, no, I was saying that, because it says number of singles sold, and I was saying 1995, I don't know the number.
oh, right, you don't know the number. But also, it looks like tons were sold in 1995, and like hardly anything after that.
The perspective.
It's perspective, right? So they've warped the perspective to make it look, the closer stuff looks bigger. So that's another,
For manipulation sometimes?
I'm sorry?
Do people use that kind of method?
A lot of times I see that like on the cover page of a magazine or some flashy article, they put that on in color and yeah, just to kind of draw you in to get you to read the article. Yeah, those are the times when I've seen it. How about this one? This one happens once in a while, I've seen. How much bigger does the last one look than the first one? Yeah, so something like that, like 40 to at least 20 times bigger. Everybody agree? At least 20 times bigger? So if I were to draw an actual, sorry, to make this better, actual bar graph for this, this is what it should look like. How much bigger is the last bar than the first bar? Less than 4 times bigger. This one's 18,000 something. This is 74,000 something. It's less than 4 times larger. What they've done is they've taken one-dimensional data and they've shown it, they've depicted it 3-dimensionally to make it look bigger and then even bigger, right? When it's not. So that is, it depicts, it's multi-dimensional, it's a multi-dimensional graph to depict one-dimensional data. So go ahead and fill in the last 2 blanks of your notes for chapter 2, and then we're going to move on to chapter 4 notes. The notes for chapter 2, there's a little word bank in chapter 2. So if you flip to chapter 2, there is the second to last page at the top, there's a little word bank. And that's for all of them. So you use some of these words here, and the rest of them you're going to use down here for these last 2.
Non-geographic.